here. It's been
Now we're live. Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us again for our third episode
gotta
of
love
the
that.
Cypha Sistas. It's Malika again with Rachel, Selah, and we're going to talk about some fun stuff tonight. So thank you for joining us now, live and later. And let's go ahead and kick this show off. Hey, established in 87. Thank you for being a loyal follower and members. Let's get it, sisters. How you doing, brother?
Thank you for always coming on and supporting, for real.
It's man, much love.
Really
much
nice
love.
to see you supporting us.
Yes.
So what's up? How's your week been?
No complaints, man. It's been pretty busy. Got a lot going on. This evening was kind of busy too. So I'm glad we were able to get on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going into the office for the first time tomorrow. So that's going to be a little rough. So I'm trying to wrap some things up beforehand.
Yeah. Today was Daniel's birthday. So we were running around all day. And
gotcha.
Trying to get everything done, like to get up here. We literally just finished cake and kicking everybody out the house. So.
Oh, wow. Man, I should have called him. I owe a phone call. I can't keep up with the birthdays, man. I got too many nieces and nephews across the board.
Yeah. I'm over here in Osterhart's office. His closet office. Had to do a change of scenery. This is your boy's space.
I ain't even mad. Yeah, you might have to woosah. Oh yeah, brother. I don't plan on staying long.
Yeah, whack on that office. This is not my space. This is my son's game room. He likes it his own way.
Hey, John Mikes, thanks for joining us, brother.
Hey, John Mikes, how you doing?
Excuse me, I'm a little choked up this evening. I don't know what's going on. I think my kid has the flu and she may be passing it around, which is going to be absolutely lovely. Yeah.
Oh no.
Right.
I'll call you guys when we get off this.
Yeah.
To check on y'all.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so it seems like it's just been a weird week. Like, what is up with this weather?
Man, I can't tell. I can't call it.
This weather is creeping me out. The fact that it was 83 degrees today.
Yeah, man, it was nice as heck.
Yeah, but it's November.
Yeah, I walked around in a sleeveless shirt today.
Me too.
Yeah, that was cray.
It felt very weird. It felt really, really weird.
For November? Yeah.
Because 4 years ago, it was snowing around this time.
See, that's some rough stuff. Yeah.
What you got in the bottle?
Oh, just some water.
No.
I'm a water drinker, habitual. I always carry one of these. And if you ever see this, it has water in it. Now, sometimes I may put tea in a smaller one, but it's typically water.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, this is not water.
Oh, trust and believe. I had some canned tea earlier.
Oh, exactly. You already know what's in my cup. I'm not
feeling real good
because I'm not in my own space, so I'm not smoking tonight.
Well, I'll smoke enough for both of us.
Responsible adult.
I understand. So we wanted to talk about like relationships, man.
Yeah. So before we talk about maybe our personal relationships, I don't know. Let's talk about relationships in the news. I want to tell you how toxic. I don't know. Do you remember our generation of celebrities being as toxic as these?
They probably were. I think that it's just more publicized.
Yeah.
Because Bobby and Whitney been going through hell and until.
But I remember feeling so scandalized by Bobby and Whitney. Now, when I see stuff in the news Shorty getting shot by her boyfriend in the foot, I just laugh. It was so absurd to me that it just was like, it's not laughable in a sense, like it's appropriate. It was like, what? Like I'm so desensitized to this. You know what I mean? Like the behaviors that have become so acceptable.
See, it
You know?
is. It is. It happens to desensitize you because now you're dealing with things like mass murders happening, random people being killed. It's not even that you've got to have something or you have to have done something to somebody. I'm sorry. But it's just people coming for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm scared sometimes to go outside to the grocery store because I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know how those other people are feeling and who the fuck else is having a bad day, you know?
Mm.
And I can't control
I don't
how
even think
anybody else's day is going unless, I try to be nice to people and say hello as I pass them. And if they got on a cute outfit, I'll give them a compliment. And, I try to pay it forward and do all that shit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we no longer have control over what happens around us. It's other people making these decisions. And so, as you were saying with the Megan Stallion thing, it's just like it's getting worse. And it started, honestly. Remember when that football player beat the shit out of his girlfriend on the elevator?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it started kind of. I remember that was the first time I've ever seen a football player like lay into his chick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was live.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in a hotel. Like, this dude felt comfortable enough to whoop her ass in the hotel elevator, knowing there cameras all over.
Yeah.
And I think it may have been, and I may be misquoting, but I think it was like a casino or something. But it was a high profile hotel. It wasn't like he was staying at the Holiday Inn. I mean, no love lost for the Holiday Inn. Shit, I fucked for it.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the Best Western or one of those. I hear you.
But it was like an exquisite hotel, and he thought it was okay to whoop his chick in drag her by her hair through kind of like the lobby part till they got on the
Right.
elevator and then
Right.
start to whoop her. And you see nobody else,
Yeah.
not
Mm-hmm.
a soul jumped in. They let that girl get pummeled by that dude. Now, in society nowadays, it's just so common. It's just a common effect of the stressors that people are dealing with. I mean, I don't know how stressed out people are today compared to like back in the day, but I feel because it's so publicized that we're so desensitized that stuff happens, we don't even acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal to hear about a mass shooting anymore. It really
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah.
When Columbine hit, everybody was up in arms. Nowadays, ain't no big deal. You know, glad it wasn't my kid's school. You know,
I know, right?
I mean, that's all you could say
Yeah. And it's terrible to feel like that.
all the time.
It's terrible to feel like that. It's the worst feeling.
Now let's think about our children that we're raising in today's society. That's all they know. That's all they fucking know. All they know is mass murders, and it could happen at my school, and doing these school drills. That's all they know. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry, I done took over most of the time.
I know, but you know what? I was thinking, I just want us to go back to talking about relationships.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Like I was trying to figure out how to segue back to it. But
So we
make
were
it like
talking about the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez and how you shot her in the foot originally,
right. And you
and
know
how
what
people are
I
desensitized.
realized? I realized why do we always have to go to a negative space? I think I don't want to talk about that anymore. I think we should talk
We'll
about.
just do it live,
Let's
shit.
talk
Huh?
about.
All right, let's keep going.
Sometimes you gotta flip it up. It's
I
gotta
get
make
you.
the
I
vibe,
get you. Go ahead. Start the
make the vibe
conversation.
like. No, we talking about relationships, but from a better perspective, from a black love. We need some more black love. You know what I mean? We need some more joy in our lives. I think the
Yeah,
publicly.
you right. Established in '87. Like they under a microscope 24/7.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't even sneeze or take a shit without us knowing about it.
I mean, but once again, that's what they sign up for.
Kinda.
And people are interested in it. I mean, that's where it goes. So you got to conduct yourself a certain type of way. That's the end of The beginning and end of it. You open yourself up to a certain uh, amount of scrutiny as a celebrity. The more you get paid, the more obsessed people are with you, so on and so forth. So yeah, it sucks, but
some people are good at keeping it out. Like, let's talk about J&B, right? They're good at keeping it out. Like, they don't, I mean, they have every blue moon, you'll get a slither of what's happening in their lives. But for real, you don't even know where the fuck they be.
that's true. That's true. So they know how to handle it.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that do know how to handle it, and some of them are just thirsty for the fucking attention. They call the paparazzi and tell them where they gonna be. But that kind of love, that's a beautiful thing, that she stayed with him through all the turmoil and everything. And then they had 2 more beautiful children after that. That's a blessing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
people make mistakes, and it's okay, to forgive. Don't be a fucking doormat. But people make mistakes.
All right. So, on talking about celebrity couples, who's your favorite black celebrity couple?
Do you know who I really like? Shit. Sterling K. Brown and his wife.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
I
The
really
ones
like
that
the way that they complement each other,
Mhm.
and he doesn't seem to have let the ego of his success go to his head. And she's right there with him,
Right.
And I think that's
Exactly.
beautiful.
Exactly. And because they've been together for a long time as well.
Yeah, and Denzel and his wife as well. You know what I'm saying? Can't sleep on
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Angela Bassett and her man, Courtney, shit, I don't fuck that up, but
Yeah, I know. That's like in Abbott Elementary when she couldn't say the actors' names, and she was just calling them whatever name she wanted to call them.
I ain't gonna call him whatever. But like, do you know of a show that he's been on? I've seen so many and I can't name one. Handsome black fella.
I know
He wears
exactly who
glasses.
you're talking about, but here's the thing. In my head, he's also the guy who was on, and don't be mad at me because I don't think that's him. He was also the guy who was on Soul Food, the movie.
Which guy? Was he? Is a
Uh,
stand-in or a doctor or something?
the one that cheated on the wife with the cousin.
No, that ain't him. This guy
Okay.
has glasses. He's kind of dark skinned. I'm gonna have to look up his name. It's gonna bother the fuck out of me until I find out who that brother is. But yeah, they seem to have a beautiful relationship too. I know his name is Courtney. I know that's his first name.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I know him though, but I
Yeah, you've
always
seen
look
him.
him up.
You've seen him on lots of stuff. Like, no, he wasn't the preacher's wife, was he? Was he on the
Was
preacher's wife with
he
Denzel?
in the original cast of Dreamgirls?
I don't know. Yeah, only one I know from that is Jennifer Hudson, honey.
Not Dreamgirls, the movie, the play.
Yeah, Jennifer Hudson was in the play.
No, Jennifer
No, not
Holliday.
Jennifer Husband. Jennifer Holiday. Sorry. I'm like, yeah, Jennifer. I'm thinking Holiday, not Hudson.
I
That's
know.
what I get for having 2 names so close together.
Exactly. 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 My favorite celebrity couple is Ruby and
Ozzy Davis.
Ruby D and Ozzy Davis. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I was
Yeah.
like, I gotta get their names right because I cannot say it wrong. And I'm definitely high now. So
Cool.
my refresher kicked in. So that's why we're gonna enjoy the cipher. I had to be a part of the cipher without being a part of the cipher.
I got you.
Because I'm trying to be smoke free.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm
I
over here
know.
coughing up a lung and I'm still
And
going for it.
I'm
Fuck it.
every time you take a pull, I'm like, pass it.
Yeah, I can't help it, man. It's something about the hand to the mouth coordination thing that does it for me,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's something I be pulling for, man.
Yeah.
Literally. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's some good celebrities to look up to.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. That ain't our business. Because I used to think Jada and Will were like awesomeness. And they are in their own way, I guess. whatever works for you as a couple, I guess, is what has to work. And as long as y'all come to that agreement, then you know you gotta do you. But yeah, it better be an agreement. Don't have nobody looking sideways and looking stupid.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
But also just keep it out of the public eye. Like,
But who put it in the public eye for the Jada and Will thing? Wasn't that August?
I mean, but she brought it to the table.
Yeah, after
It
her
got
side
shut.
piece
So
ratted her out.
so August Alsina said something, and then like the rumor kind of died down.
Mm-mm.
But then she brought it back up later because she was like, "No, August Alsina's like nothing happened," or what was that? Entanglement?
An
No.
entanglement. Yeah, that
She
was the
said
word.
that she confessed the entanglement after the fact, after the rumor like kind of died down a little.
Courtney B. Vance. That's his name. I was not going to forget Mr.
Not
Vance.
even make me look up his picture because I want to
Hold
see
up.
if
I can
I'm
just show
right.
it to y'all. Hold up. I'm going to show it to everybody per Wikipedia. Uh-oh.
We cannot see that.
You can't.
We can see your phone and the camera.
Oh, that's lovely, man. That's lovely. Let's see. Let's try this.
I was right. He was in the original cast of Dreamgirls.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go on Broadway for that, but I know him for some other stuff.
Oh no, I wasn't even old enough to appreciate Dreamgirls in that way. I
But
just
he was in
watched it on video.
Fences. So yeah.
I'm
Wait,
that
it
old.
doesn't credit him in being in Dreamgirls on Broadway. It credits him for Fences, My Children, My Africa.
You know what? Then I might be wrong. Then it might be not. It might not be him. It might be the guy who was on Soul Food for real.
It may be. It may be. Because
Which
he
would
was
be
in Hunt
hilarious.
for Red October. Like, everybody knows what he's been in. You know what I mean? He's
I
been in
gotta
a
look
lot
up.
of good date movies.
I gotta look up. I could definitely be wrong though. That is It happens. It happens.
I mean, we on the Cypha, dude. You supposed to forget some shit.
For real, right?
Yeah.
But you not. But now you know. The next time I'm gonna come back and remember who is the original, so I can
know
see
who
who
you're
I
talking
was
about.
talking about,
I
and I
think
can
his name is
pull his
something
picture
Hill.
up.
I think his name is Hill. Maybe not.
Now it's bothering me.
Yeah, well, you
I
can
can't
Google it
remember.
later. So, what is an ideal relationship?
Ooh, so we getting deep. We just
I mean,
went
let's
from
talk about
super
it.
shallow to super deep. Okay.
I mean, we done wasted 17 minutes, man. Let's give the
So
people
for
some
me,
knowledge.
an ideal relationship is, once again, it's based on equity. It's based on reciprocity. So that doesn't look like, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of thing, where it's like expected to be. It's both of us giving 100% of what we have to give.
Yeah.
Not holding back, not being so caught up in ourselves that we don't see the other person. You know what I mean? Um, of course, laughs, giggles, a great sense of humor,
Yeah.
passion. Who doesn't want all of those things? But when you get old, like I'm in it for the long haul. Like I'm made for life. So, when you get old and you're not as spicy and the pumps is like 1, 2, you feel me? Like there gotta be something else
To
keeping it
stimulate the
going.
mind.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, while we don't have to share the same interest completely, we have to be interested enough that to be interested in the other person's interests. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a positive start for a relationship, because sometimes after we have children, we get so caught up in the kids that you don't really meet your mate until after the kids are grown. Because it's like you lost that whole person through the struggle of raising these children.
And you two are growing up and becoming these two adults, and if you don't find a way to connect with each other through the growing and rearing of your children, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell. So ideally, it's like, somebody that is completely aware of your existence. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still here, even though I'm playing mom and
You
cooking
feel
dinner.
me? Hello, I am still the person, the cute girl that you met and you wanted some of that yang from. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real. I
that is
mean, but that's an important thing to think about too. Like, as the years pass you by, do you still? So, how do you think you do that best? Like, is it date nights? What's the best way to do something like that? And I'm just curious because I'm obviously on my second husband, so I got something to learn. I'm just saying, man, I keep it a butt.
I love that about you, but can I laugh about it because it's
Go.
refreshing and wonderful, and it makes me really happy.
I know I didn't do everything perfect, so shit.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody does anything perfectly. And in regards to that question, I feel like I'm still trying to find that happy medium. Like everything has a season.
Yeah,
It's giving each other grace and being kind to each other. It's like knowing sometimes if there's distance between y'all, it isn't necessarily about you.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It
yeah,
might be that the person is just going through some serious stuff that they can't process with you.
yeah. Facts.
Just like when you're going through some stuff, like I don't know about you, but I'll be going through it. And my when I'm going through, my husband don't even have no clue because it's not about him, and it's not even things that you know
You should
talking
lay at
him
his foot.
about talking about him talking with him about would be helpful. Like it's almost like sometimes you don't want to further the burden
Yeah.
when you could just work through your stuff and it be no one's burden.
Not
And
many people are mature enough to do that.
you know what
Like,
it is.
what is it?
I think that I agree with you in that one, but I also think that people aren't mature enough to see when someone's in the middle of doing that. They think the person's distancing is taking it, is like pushing them away, like, I'm mad at you, or, it's about them, but it's really the person just needing to go inward and deal with whatever they need to deal with so that they can be replenished enough to be present and not give you the worst of them. And then, if you talk to them, that's why communication is that was another one. Communication.
Oh, it is
Oh
so
my
hard.
goodness.
I think it's true that men are from Mars and women are
I
from.
I agree. Yo, I agree. When I say 100%, I agree with you on this because when I speak to my sons, I really ask myself, like, am I speaking a different language? What did I say to you?
Yeah, that you
Did
can't
you
comprehend.
hear me say? So it's like from the smallest to the husband, we speak in two different languages. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
On that note, I had to pull out a split shit. Yeah, that's like talking to my husband. We're speaking two different languages 90% of the time.
But it's just learning how to speak each other's language.
Yeah, it's
Come
the
up with
love
a
language,
language
right?
together. You come up with a
It's,
language. Exactly.
it's learning their love language
Exactly.
and helping with that, but also finding the best way in time to communicate with people. For me, the best time is not to wake me up in the middle of the night to tell me your shit. Like, I'm not gonna like that. Don't wake me up early in the morning either. If I'm still asleep, let me wake up on my own. If I get up on my own, I'm gonna cover this next show too. I'm sorry, it's a pet peeve.
So let me
Let
ask
me
you a
not go
question.
there.
Do you have
Mhm.
to schedule talk time with you?
No, I don't think so. Because 90% of the time, I'm not doing a ton. My day is over from work at 3:30. His day is over at 5. So it's not like I'm doing that much every day where he can't schedule time to come talk to me.
Mm.
Yeah. Or not scheduled, but just come talk with me without it being scheduled. Yeah, he can come anytime. But sometimes, like tonight, obviously, I can't talk because I'm in the middle of a show. So, Mondays and Wednesdays are no good for me at like 8 o'clock at night. I mean, but hell, by then you're in the bed sleep because my husband goes to bed at 7:30.
Well, you got somebody who wants to talk when they want to talk.
Yeah.
That's tough. That
No,
one's
I get
tough.
it. But if you know I have other commitments, we can't always, because I don't bother you when you do your commitments. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
respect your shit. I just need you to respect my time. If I respect you, I expect the same. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
he knows
that's
that I
fair.
do this because I love doing this, and so it's something that I want to do every week. So
Mm-hmm.
at 8 o'clock is not the time to come and bother me with man. Today at work, Sheila said, "Dude, you had from 5 to 8 to tell me what the fuck Sheila was
I'm
talking about."
trying my best not to like burst out with laughter.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah, but it's difficult. Yes, it is a challenge to say the least.
I hear you. I hear
Now,
you.
if it's an emergency, interrupt me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
happens to your kid, my kid, show will get cut down. I'm going to handle whatever I got to handle. But if it's just what Marianne said to you at the coffee cooler or the water cooler, then yeah.
These
That's,
names are the best. These, because you got, as soon as you say a name, I'm imagining what these people look like immediately.
oh, I don't know. These aren't people that he knows. I'm
I
just,
know. That's why I'm laughing because I'm that high.
oh, yeah. He don't know these people. So, yeah. I'm just throwing out common water cooler names.
I know you are. I
The
know
people
you
that
are.
hang around the water cooler at work, everybody got one of those. Don't do
All
shit,
right.
but just be there.
All right. So your ideal relationship. So we both agree communication.
Yes.
We both agree with reciprocity, of course, equity, passion.
Yes.
I think a good way to keep communication open and to keep like the spice is to have have a partner with a good sense of humor. You need jokes. You need jokes. You need to laugh. You need to laugh and you need jokes.
Now,
It
I would
helps
say that's probably one of my
if
deepest
you like
challenges.
to partake of cannabis too. But yeah.
Yeah, that ain't happening. He jokes a lot more than I do, but his jokes aren't funny to me. Like when okay, no, it's not that his jokes aren't funny. It's like we don't find the same shit entertaining. You feel me? So like he likes to watch a lot of YouTube stuff and they'll be like he likes to watch a lot of stuff that happens down south. And that's cool. I mean, sometimes I want to hear the thought music and stuff like that, but that's not really who I am, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that he enjoys that type of music, because every time he posts, that's his music. He likes that trap music. I don't knock his trap music. I would just prefer to listen to some reggae. He don't like reggae. So, it's just we don't have the same musical taste. And that's cool. That's cool. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times when he's looking at stuff and flipping through TikTok and stuff like that, that is in the background. And sometimes that stuff is just too loud for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not it just doesn't, yeah. It's just not for me. I fuck with T.I. I know he's trap music, but like a lot of other people, I just necessarily don't.
I mean, that's yeah. Mm. That
So
doesn't
he
make
often
it
tries to
easier.
play that shit for me, and I'm like, I'm so annoyed I can't even find a joke because it's something stupid. Well, I won't say stupid. It's something that is not to my liking, or something that I probably would have found funny 20 years ago.
Mm.
But today, I'm thinking about show me something about the stock market. Show me some good shit. Show me some stuff that I can make some money off of. Man, I'm chasing my bread. I'm sorry. That's where I am. No lies. Chasing some bread. Hey, y'all see this link? I know it's a lot to write down, so we'll have to figure out another way, or you can click on it. But Rachel, do you want to share this event?
Oh, sure. So, believe it or not, I am turning 40 this December. and I'm gonna be celebrating with everyone. I'd like to celebrate with everyone and launch on one of our first events. And it's gonna be a sip and paint with a twist. All the mixes and stuff and recipes that Malika and I are always talking about. We're gonna have those on deck for free, unlimited for everyone to enjoy. A beautiful model. Get your paint on.
Hey.
Come out for if you're an amateur artist, if you're like a professional and you just want to show your skills, polish off your skills, and stunt on everybody, while you enjoy some delicious infused products and
Yes.
just come have a really good time. This one is a ladies only event. Just because I'm just like feeling like I'm super excited about how it feels to make it, to most high willing, if the most high sees fit to bless me to make it to 40. What an
Yes.
amazing thing it would be for me, because growing up I didn't even imagine what type of woman or what will 40 be like for me. And I mean, in a personal level, it's kicking my butt, but it's beautiful that it's kicking my butt because I know that means I'm still growing.
Yes.
I'm not someone who ever likes to be stagnated. But I don't want to go off on a tangent. I just would love to share that with y'all. And I'll be way more amped next time I talk about this. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a long day. It was my day today, and I just, had a lot of stuff to do. He wanted to do everything, and how we are when it's our babies. They be like, I want to do." He'd be like, "Okay, okay, okay, okay."
Yeah.
And before you knew it, it was 15 minutes before the show, and I was running up here. So forgive me,
We
please.
totally understand, honey. We totally understand. Life happens. It's just part of life. So look, I'm excited to go, right? Because I get to go paint. And have we told them what we're painting?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So,
We're still working on it. That's why.
ladies in Richmond, grab your home girls and come on out because we're gonna be painting a nude male. I can't wait. And brothers, we're gonna put one together for y'all too. Don't worry about it.
For real.
Yeah, we'll
But
be
you
able
know
to put
what?
something
The
together for
next
y'all.
time we're just gonna keep it co-ed because they do, they have an event. They do offer all models, so we don't have to, But this is just a girl thing.
Yeah, and this is one of our first events. And so
And I just want to keep while I paint a male model.
yeah.
Because I did it in college before and it was hilarious. The commentary from all of my classmates, bro. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't even using cannabis then. So
Oh
I know
Lord. So
it's gonna be
it's
even
gonna be a
more.
hell of a time.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm
But
super
yeah, so
excited.
that goes into relationships too, like friendship relationships, right? Because we were talking about love and
Yeah.
relationships.
Yep. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, last time we talked about relationships as well, as far as it pertains to sisterhood, and we were talking about what an ideal friendship.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So
So
I
yeah, we're
mean,
talking about lovers and maybe we could throw some parenting in here too.
do we want to delve into the bucket of ideal parenting?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. We do. We working on it. We working on it. Yellow rays. We working on it. Thank you though. And thank you for coming and supporting.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And yeah, we had posted something up there where we'd be talking about love. But yeah, next time we'll get a little more descriptive about what we're
For
talking
real.
about.
We
Yeah,
and we
because we
also
do bounce around a lot. I think that's just the nature of being in a cipher. But
because that's the whole point. It's
yeah,
called Cypha Sistas for a reason. We both high and we just gonna be talking about what we talking about.
yeah. But no, we do appreciate the
But we
feedback
do,
for sure.
yes, yes.
And thank you
And
for
we
coming through.
will try to stay on some sort of topic.
We typically stay on topic on the panel. So this is more of the laid back fun type of shit.
It is. It is. It's very conversational, and we'll get there. The more we get a rhythm, you feel me? This is episode 3. We're gonna get a better rhythm. See, Malika's thing keep on falling.
But that's because I'm not at my house, y'all. I'm using
No, last week it was my mic. Like I
yeah.
said, it's
Yeah.
something. We're working out the kinks, guys. So, and whatever, I love what you said because I'm gonna workshop that because I think we do need to stay on track also, and I think I need to be a little less high.
Yeah, because we are definitely trying to deliver some valuable content. I mean,
We are, and I really don't want you guys to think I'm an airhead. I'm a very intelligent young woman. I'm just very tired. But this is not an excuse. So back on to business, right? Let's talk about parenting. Forget it, because I think it's we do need to talk about that, and it can be healing, just like it's going to be healing for the both of us.
yes. So
Because I think for both of us, we're both in you. I think you're in a really good space because you have a full grown child.
yes.
I have children in different spaces, developmentally, where I don't know about you, but when I'm talking to my children or when I'm interacting with them and they have like an experience or something,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, different things will trigger memories of my own childhood and things. So I have the perspective of being the child, but I also have the perspective of now I'm the parent. And I'm also thinking about like my parents' reactions to me in those particular situations. I don't know. Do you have those moments?
Yes, I do actually, and it's funny, right? Because now I'm a grandma too, right? And so I think that I have a totally different perspective, and I
Mm.
kind of see myself in my child. I definitely see a lot of the way that I parented her in her, right? Because I'm not big. I can say my mom never spanked me, right? So I'm not used to getting spankings and things like that, and I don't necessarily believe that violence is always the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John. Yep, I'm a grandma. Thank you, love. So
That's right. We don't.
black no crack.
You better go ahead, Nia. I mean, Malika.
So at the end of the day, I came up with creative ways to get her to you know uh stay on track, so to speak, right? So I had a thing where I'd make her hold books over her head, right? If you got that much shit to
You
be
did
talking
tell
about, you
me
build
that.
up your arm strength, get it together. So who's upstairs holding books? My grandson. And Lord knows I want to reach out and help my poor baby because I'm like, oh, she being too hard. But I gotta stay in Granny's lane, right? I gotta stay in Nine-Nine's lane. That's what he calls me. So I can't get involved because it's not my business, it's not my place.
Yeah.
But I understand the frustration that she goes through as a parent, because there was no magic book that I could pass down to her. I don't journal. And so, maybe one day that would be a good way to pass something down. But like, I just don't do those things. And so maybe I needed to start keeping like a video record of some things that I thought were helpful and things that I thought were not. She still talks about the day that I made her eat top ramen noodles without the seasoning packet. I think that was the worst abuse I could have gave her.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
She still talks. Hey man, look, I'm gonna be upfront, right? I am definitely scared of my child going to school and telling somebody that she getting beat on, right? And I was scared of losing my kid.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I had to come up with other ways to punish her because I wasn't sending her to school with no whelps and shit like that. Because you ain't gonna call me no bad mom. And the sad part about it is that's all they look at, right? They don't really check into the emotional abuse and things like that. They just look at the fact that the kid has a bruise on him, and the kid could have got a bruise by playing or what the freak ever. Because my daughter wound up playing football, so she's a tomboy all the way. So she would go to school every blue moon with her arm scratched up from riding her bike or whatever. But every time they asked her what happened, she was right on point with it. So it was never a big deal. But yeah, man, I'm scared of the government taking my children. And so I ain't want to leave no doubt, no question. Don't come here asking me nothing. And it's probably why I didn't start smoking until like much
And
later in life.
this is crazy that you have to even live in fear of that when there are terrible parents out there.
Hey, Nat,
Hey,
she's
how you
joining
guys
Cypha
did you
Sisters.
did you
Are,
mean to
Oh,
join the cipher?
oh,
He's like, I don't want to be on.
I'll see you in a little bit, shit.
And that is Cypher Sisters for real. That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy.
Yeah, man. Stuff like that happens.
A bunch of hijinks.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
goodness.
And that's probably all my fault. So, yeah, I'm going to go back and fix that a little bit later. But yeah, man. I mean, so it was hard. It was definitely hard. But I love the way that she parents her kid. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it's not he knows he's loved. He knows he's treasured. He knows he's cherished. You see it on his face. You know, he's a happy kid. He's having a good time. He just don't know how to listen. Poor thing is Virgo, so you know.
But that's the feeling that you want to have when you see your grandchildren.
Yes.
You want to see that your child is translating the love and all the energy that you put into them into that child. Not resentment, not anger, not none of that.
Yeah.
Just love and devotion and understanding of what it means, what this awesome responsibility is because you chose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
And
I chose you.
and the coolest part, and the absolute coolest part about the whole parenting journey is I get to see the person I helped create and mold. And, you know, I'm going to start crying on here. Let me stop. All right. But yeah, my baby's awesome. Shit. She's fucking awesome.
Absolutely. I second that emotion 100%. 100%.
She has a giving heart. She volunteers. Like she's just an all around good person.
Mm-hmm.
And she deserves the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Now,
I'm
your kids are
tear
fabulous
up a
too.
little with you too.
You
Because
was
that's,
in there with me. You was in the trenches, honey.
that's okay,
It
baby.
took a village.
You're such a beautiful woman, that's all. But that was a beautiful note though, for real.
Yeah.
And that's love. That's relationships. That's what you hope to get out of that's you know what I mean? That's like as far as your first marriage, because you were talking about, joke, you said it jokingly or matter of factly, right? Most people when they talk about having had more than one marriage, there's a little bitterness to it.
Oh yeah.
But for you, it's a joy. And the joy is this beautiful young woman. And then you're a grandma and you guys have a grandchild together.
Yeah. You know what
You know
though?
what
I
I
don't
mean?
doubt. I don't have any regrets for anything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everything that you do in life is a lesson, and sometimes it's a hard fucking lesson, and sometimes it's a good lesson. You know what I mean? Or well, no, let me not say it's not a good lesson. Sometimes it's a fun lesson, and sometimes it's a challenging lesson. And at the end of the day, you know, I learned some very valuable things from my first marriage that I can translate into my second marriage. But also, I learned what not to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because when we got married, I was super
Yeah.
young, and you know, we were in love, and we were looking for different things as we grew older in life. And so, you know, sometimes you grow apart. And at
Hmm.
one point, he was still my best friend. You know, and it was pretty cool. But you know,
I mean, so when you say you were looking for, like, what does that moment look like? When you realize that you're looking for something different.
so I think that okay, let's take education for us. I think that I continue to grow in my education, and so yeah, it's definitely an internal feeling. But I started
Mm-hmm.
continuing to grow in my education, and I started to change the friends and people that I hung around, and it was like a whole different dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was different than the people that he hung around. And it was like we weren't doing the same things anymore, right? Because I was growing over here and he was growing over here, and it was like we wouldn't check in the middle to make sure that we were okay with each other. And so at that point, as you start to grow in a different branch, because it's almost like you sprout a whole new branch and you start doing different things and different activities become important, and for the other person, their branch is heading someplace else.
So let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
Do you think that if you had found a way to check in with each other but still branch out,
I think it would have
your
been better.
relationship could have made it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got caught up in the raising of children too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And God help us, it was only one, Jesus. But yeah,
Really, it wasn't. I mean, we know that, and then that goes into parenting.
and it was sometimes I felt like a single parent. You know what I mean? Not to take anything away from him, but he was out there busting his ass every day. That man was working like 12 hours. I can't take nothing away from that. You know what I mean? He provided a great life for my daughter and myself. And I can't take nothing away from that. But at that moment, if I'm the only one taking her to doctor's appointments, I'm the only one showing up at games, and I'm the only one doing stuff, it starts to take a toll on you too.
Yeah.
So it becomes challenging, But as established in 87, people evolve. If you don't do it together, then the relationship becomes extinct. And Muta says,
"Thank you, Muta."
Yeah, great show. The ladies are gonna find this. Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, man, I think at the end of the day, though, you have to do that check-in. You have to make sure.
Exactly. So let's talk about checking in.
Yeah.
What do you think are ways that you could check in with your spouse? Like, since you're you're in your new marriage, right? And you both are growing people, and y'all are gonna eventually come to a place where you get to this space just like you did in your first marriage, where you're growing, he's growing. What you gonna do?
So I think that we've chosen some activities that are very similar, right? Mm-hmm. I love to golf, so I bought him into golfing, and he enjoys it as well. Mm-hmm. And he goes to work and brags about his golf clubs and everything, and talks to his friends about it. And now he's building friends in the golf community. You know what I mean? And so if I say to him, "Hey, let's go play 9 holes or whatever," he's willing to do that now because he's had fun in the experience. So that's something we could do. And honestly, if you play 18 holes, you're out on the course with that person a good 4 or 5 hours.
That's a good idea, though.
Yeah. So you're out there, and all you're doing is talking to each other about, "Hey, did you see my ball?" And, "Oh shit, I did better than you."
We play golf.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I have gloves though, because man, my hands was toe up.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta get gloves.
My hands was toe up.
Hey man, I try to introduce all my new experiments into everybody, don't I? I had Adi out
yes,
there.
You do. You really do be dragging us to stuff. But I love it because I wouldn't have gone golfing if it weren't for you. That's definitely something that I like doing now.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And the cool part about like golfing for me was, I mean, it's a okay, so you don't even have to be a real golfer to go to the driving range, right? And everybody needs to get stressed out some kind of way. And if you're just there and you're just hitting the hell out of those balls, I tell you what, it feels good. It feels so freaking good. It's like going to the gun range but paying a lot less. It's like what, $7 for a bucket of balls that holds maybe 250 balls. And you just sit out there and you whack the crap out of them and have a great time.
Yeah, there's a range like a couple of miles from my house, and I drive past it all the time, and it's endless amounts of people doing that.
Yeah, man. Bad day at work, go to the range.
And they get there early too. They get there early in the morning.
Oh yeah. No, wait.
What you learning here, Muta?
Wait. Let me go back, man. Let me go back.
Yeah. That's a good one. Established in 87. Going
so
to
let's go back because I skipped a couple of comments. So established in 87 says check-in sounds like bae and you are okay mentally and emotionally. And if not, what can I do to help? And that's how you do the checks.
That's
Good
a
point. Great point. Established in 87. Established also says, me and mine love going to the shooting range, and that helps build a bond. Yes, it does.
okay.
Small activities together. You know what I
Exactly. Exactly. I like that.
mean? And that's what we was
you
learning.
learning.
Activities
Okay,
together.
Muta.
And
Okay.
we
That's
appreciate
right.
it, man. We appreciate it.
Established
Yeah,
in
so
87. Established in 87 out here being the expert.
hey, established in 87, represent the Virgos. Hey, I
You
need
need
to bring
to
you on my show.
you need to officially come join the Cypha. You don't
Yeah,
have
brother.
to be
We
a
would
sister, but you
love
can
that.
come sometimes and spice it up a little. You know, we
Yeah.
don't mind because you've been definitely showing some love, and I love that advice for real. I see that you and your boo. I love it. You know, I love me some love. I love. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, love is a beautiful thing, especially for me. Black love is it just tears at my heartstrings.
Exactly.
I love to
Exactly.
see black couples out there, and I don't discriminate. I'm not discriminating on anybody, but at the end of the day, I do love to see young black couples out there doing their thing, because you know what, the stereotype says that we won't, and so
And
it's so beautiful to see when we can.
I even love more seeing old black couples like
Oh
that.
my God, aren't they
I
amazing?
was at the hospital to just do something really quickly, and I looked down the hall, and this little old black man and his wife was just shuffling down the hall together, arm in arm. It was my heart was like, oh, I love
Isn't
it.
it the cutest? Oh
It
my
is
God, I want to be
absolutely
that.
the cutest.
I want to be that.
Me too.
And I had to get out of a situation where I felt like I wasn't going to be a good partner in the old age. Like, I got to be willing to wipe your ass. You know
we
what I
would
mean?
love to have your point of view.
Yes, we would.
Established in 87. We would. Bring it on through.
So, established in 87, do me a favor. If you could come to our Instagram, it is Cannabis for the Culture, and send us some info so that we can go ahead and add you, because I'd love to have you on board for the next show or the show after that, or whenever you're available, man. Flexibility. And on that note, my sister, we gotta close it down.
Yeah, I'm making sure you got the Instagram handle right, because it felt like it might not have been right. Hold on.
Cannabis for the Culture, or Cannabis for Culture.
The number 4, not spelled out 4. It's the number 4. Cannabis for the Culture, and cannabis and culture are with a K. I know. Whenever I say it, I realize how complicated it is, but it still is. I still love it. So,
see, no, we good. And on that note, you folks, thanks for coming and joining
all right,
us tonight.
y'all. Thank you for sharing your time. Next time,
yes, and the viewers coming on later, thank you. We appreciate all the comments.
87. We hope that you can join us next week to spice up the chat a little. Spice up the Cypha. Come with your favorite cannabis product ready. If you're a consumer, I don't tell nobody what to do. And
have a good night. Good night, everybody.